Well, Neil, you had to dig that out a little bit. You showed some character against Anthony, and he is a big stage performer.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very tough draw. Anthony seems to sort of play his best snooker when he's playing a really top quality opponent, and especially that last 16 quarter-final stage, sort of is when he usually plays his best snooker. And he got off to a great start, going 4-2 up, and I didn't really do a whole lot wrong. If anything, probably to be ultra picky, I guess you could say I was being a little bit too precise at times when I was in amongst the balls. Yeah, when I got my chance to get back into the match, I took it really well and closed it out really well there in the last frame, where that was kind of like the way I like to win frames: get the balls open early and then kill it off very quickly.
You and Mark Selby and probably Judd are the ones who've played the most snooker here in Milton Keynes, because you've been going deep in so many tournaments and you've been coming back week after week after week to the same venue. But does it feel like a different tournament when it's dressed differently, or is it a little bit like deja vu?
It's a little bit like deja vu, but you see the different setup. We've seen it with the Champion of Champions, a different setup, and even the qualifiers, a different setup where you don't actually have the set. You just got like the curtain pulled around, and if you're not careful, it can catch you off guard where you just feel a little bit uninspired by that. But Will Singer have done an amazing job with even all the portraits of the players and everything. The set is really good. So you really feel as though you're playing in an important event. I guess added to that is the live TV crew that are there, and even the commentary box. Even when you look up and you just see Dennis Taylor or Hendry in the commentary box, just reminds you that you're still playing in a really big event.
And speaking of big event, you wouldn't expect an easy path to advance into the semi-finals. So in your quarter, it's either going to be Mark Selby or Barry Hawkins. Tough one, whoever comes through. Yeah,
absolutely. Both tremendous players. Both get along with both really, really well off the table as well. And two great players. Barry maybe not had the best of runs the last couple of years, but for me, too good a player not to be in the top 10 in the world. And Mark, we've had a couple of amazing matches this season already, and the last one, Stephen Hendry called it the best out of 11 he's ever seen with the Champion semi-final. So Mark will be very much up for that if he progresses through, and I need to sort of match those levels as well.
I know, talking about the Champion of Champions, I know you mentioned that the final against Judd last year was out of this world, and it was. That match against Selby really was extraordinary, that semi-final. Did it feel it at the time? It was almost as if one of you would come to the table and there was an assumption that there'd be a century break and it would be a one-visit clearance. It was an incredible match.
Yeah, I think at one stage we combined 4 total clearances in a row between us, which is absolutely unbelievable for a semi-final. It was just one of those days, I guess, where both players click. Sometimes you can have one click, the other doesn't, and one pulls away. Sometimes both can bring each other down if the standard's not great. But this one, we both just kept pulling each other along and blow for blow, and it was an amazing match to be a part of.
Well, if it is Mark Selby in the quarter-final, let's hope it's half as good. Well done, Neil. Thanks.
Cheers, Rob. Thanks.